So I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Am I here? Am I here? Oh my God. Okay, people. I am so sorry. Been, I have been preparing for this move. I've been packing stuff up, and then the show is two journalists that are hella arguing with each other, and yeah, I was online ordering. I'm just gonna be totally transparent right now and just say I was online ordering a dildo and just totally lost track of time. All that happened, and I totally lost track of time. So, just want to apologize. Nobody's here, so that's okay. And this is week 2 of me attempting to put this class together. And so the goal of today really was just to show up. So I did that. I'm actually really enjoying this argument. So I think we're going to listen to this argument for a little bit. I won't call this an argument. This is people on one critical TV show talking to people on a different critical TV show, and they're not. It's just things they have a large agreement, but they very much disagree about all the small things. So it's fun watching them argue things out. It's been amazing watching this. Today we were going to learn about meditation, but since no one's here, I can do whatever I want. So I'm going to make this experimental. I'm going to meditate on this conversation. Taking all the things I said last week about mindfulness. I may not have said those things here. Well, no one's here anyway. So the things I normally would say about mindfulness, just practicing some mindfulness with this conversation.
No, I don't agree. Okay, well that's fine. I mean, you don't have to agree, but I'm just telling you. And for the audience,
also, my back hurts from lifting boxes and moving things, and I've got a back massager behind me that's helping me out a lot.
I can't imagine. So I act that way because I have different political takes than you? Let me finish. No. Well, look, the fact that you would jump into a thread without knowing what thread you're jumping into, realize that you called a channel full of working class black people supportive of white supremacy. And then immediately, okay, fair enough, you didn't realize what the thread was, you apologize, man. Instead, you double down. I didn't realize I was talking to RBN, but now that I am 75%, who acts like that? Like, how could you talk? How could you address them like that? Well, so this is why, honestly, that alone made me say this guy must have fun. Because I can't imagine somebody who doesn't being so insensitive to the dynamics of that situation. Now, that's my own assumption. First of all, I don't personally view things in terms of you can't give your opinion about somebody or a channel if they're black or white. If I don't respect someone, I don't care if you're purple. Context. Sure. That they cover 75% bullshit. You follow up with an apology, and then maybe you get into that later on. But what is the white supremacy you're talking to? What is the white supremacy? You jumped into that thread. Now I'm realizing
this is a very uncomfortable conversation. So I think the nice thing about it is it's really teaching me. I'm watching them stay calm, get through it. If I was in this conversation, I'd have shut down very fast. Agree to disagree, move on. But they're New Yorkers. So they're just having it out. So just take it in.
I think they do ignore them. I think you ignore white supremacy. I'm talking specifically that there are rising neo-Nazis, which I've talked to you about. There's rising political violence in this country. I'm not saying they talk about white supremacy. I would never, as a white man. So why didn't you just apologize for saying that to them? Of all people to say that to, why didn't you? I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm legitimately asking you, what are you referring to? In this thread with Mike Figueredo, that you jumped into, and you claimed later in the thread, I literally did not. You were in the hospital. You didn't realize what the beginning of the thread was. I mean, that's true. I take it your word. And then for days, I had an all-out But because instead of apologizing, and then I'm not even saying after an apology, don't continue the conversation. You didn't even apologize. You just doubled down. I didn't realize I was talking to RBN, but now that I realize, you know what? 75% of your channel is gossip. That's how you come back after you just called a bunch of working class black people ignorant.
I think
of
I
white
called them
supremacy.
white supremacists.
By accident, you did.
You're quite
Significantly
conflating that I called working class black people.
By accident,
well, by the way, Russell, with all due respect, before I go, Russell, with all due respect, before I go, because I know they've kind of invented this phrase that I'm exploit black people for profit, which I'm not making much profit. Literally, 9 out of 10 stories I cover is in black communities, brown communities, or poor white communities. I'm not, oh no, they called me a white Jesus, was it? Or a white savior complex? I don't even know what that fucking means. But for those that actually know me and know what I cover, I could be covering things that make me a lot of profit or get me a lot of views. I choose not to because right now I'm covering a story about a poor black community in Kalamazoo that is being poisoned by a paper mill. That literally 2,000 black infants died in 2015 from this paper mill that Democratic politicians let do whatever they want. So
it's called graphic packaging.
I've seen RBN express respect for your report. So I don't know what that was.
I've never really seen that.
I was just researching for this.
Next time I'd love to come on and actually talk about stories and topics and issues in America or foreign without doing so much time on these channels. Because I don't think you guys try to gotcha or anything like that, but I think we spent so much time talking about RBN, Jimmy, and other channels.
That was the focus of the conversation.
Because I tweeted something over the weekend.
No, because I reached out to you originally to talk about your lesbian fighting art.
Oh wow. This has been incredible to watch. This has been absolutely incredible to watch.
With less of that tension, which unfortunately it seems like we didn't really accomplish.
Doesn't look like they accomplished a lot either, but it helped me out a lot. I definitely got a lot out of watching all these people argue. You know.
We have a different worldview. We understand we have a different worldview. So if we acknowledge that we have different worldviews,
meditate, getting to know your inner life is about inner peace. No two people see things the same way. It's not possible. Every person is their own inner universe. You only think the same way as some other person. Like as Democrats, we all see it this way. As the progressive left, we all see it this way. No. Every person sees what they see. So true. So true.
If we have a different worldview on certain things, or that we're on different sides, we're not going to compete with the well-oiled machine that is the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, corporate America. If the standard is we all have to breathe the same fire and have to have similar views on every single thing. If it just seems odd to me that you view how I am smearing certain channels, but you don't have the same standard for these very channels that we could disagree on the percentages, spend a whole lot of time going after other people over what I think are like some disagreements, but doesn't mean they're on opposite sides. If we could all agree that maybe sometimes we engage in hypocrisy or shouldn't tweet things, isn't that fine? I would agree. I engage in hypocrisy sometimes. But the point is, we don't have to agree on every single thing. Ryan Grimm, for example, or Crystal Ball might have a different take on the Dem enter versus Dem exit or this thing.
Sure.
But if we live on our, if the view of that is we have to live on our own different islands, we're never going to accomplish anything, because the movements that I have seen that have been successful were not predicated on we all have to agree on every single thing.
We went on Larry Trump's show last week. He's a libertarian. I don't agree with him on it.
But I'm talking in general. Like, I personally think, and I would put a lot of this, frankly, I think Jimmy started this mindset for the most part, that just basically ascribing to people that they're sellouts if they're not where you are at that very moment politically, or they don't have the same exact strategy as yours. I was for forced to vote, for example. We covered it. I don't personally cancel anyone that wasn't. I don't ascribe bad motives to them. I think the left, and I think the left has really become this game of survivor. Who's the last pure leftist standing? I think RBN plays into that. I think Jimmy plays into that. I think, to a degree, I don't think intentionally you guys seem like, I said this to you before we went on, you seem genuine. But if the standard is going to be, we have to strongly agree on, I don't know, Ukraine or...
I have to be honest. It comes to me as if this Jordan person isn't interested in looking within a whole lot. It comes off like he wanted to judge just Jimmy Dore. He wanted to judge Jimmy Dore and everyone else. I don't see a whole lot of looking in. So you're going to just mark that for what it's worth.
The Amazon worker strike or Flint story, this and that. I would work with people I don't necessarily agree with, or I personally think maybe don't have the purest.
When this goes off, which I'm hoping it does very soon, I'll start talking about what's going on in my life for a second, and then I want to talk about meditation, and then we'll close for today.
I just saw it before I came on.
Let's breathe through this conversation. Just breathe. Notice the rise and flow of the conversation.
Great. She tweeted out, sorry, I can't put it on screen. There's a very small but specific contingent of the internet left who do nothing but go around angry commenting at all the leftist commentators who they don't believe are real leftists. And I asked them this, why don't you go watch what you do like? I wouldn't say, shut the fuck up. She said, and shut the fuck up. If you have
you ever seen their show? Like, of all people, the leftist mafia, have you ever seen their show?
I've seen some of it. Just let me finish. If you have a viewpoint or a school of thought, go advance it. Hate reacting to and attacking everyone else who's sharing their different perspectives does not accomplish anything. I don't know you all. We're so obsessed with proving you're the leftiest leftist in the room, but bro, chill. I mean, that's kind of what I've been saying now for 2 or 3 years. I think you view it more as it's substantive, these disagreements. I don't, if they are, they're not being expressed that way. Because I don't know how you can call it.
Allow me to complete my thought before. I do feel like the reason a lot of the people who are more Dem exit are working class or from working class backgrounds or working class upbringings is because they don't, the ones that we deal with ourselves, we're all from those kinds of backgrounds. Jimmy worked construction. I don't think it's an accident that people from that background have a perception of a lot of what's going on now as existential, as very high stakes, and they feel a need to marshal their resources in a direction. So I think some of what you see as left infighting legitimately, and I believe you see it that way. It's actually a fight over where to bring limited resources. And a lot of that struggle is, no, don't put money into Marianne. And in our case, and in RBM's case, no, don't put money into RFK. Don't put money into the Democratic Party generally.
We're not even saying put money into Cornel West at this point.
You recently had a segment where you said that was nihilistic. And I think a lot of people with perspective, people who want to Dem exit, who want to burn it down, but it's nihilistic.
That's not what I said.
That's
not what I said.
I just watched it. I mean, if you want
what I'm getting at,
isn't it nihilistic to have a primary with okay, you can correct. Let me just finish. Your own reporting has been great on the DNC WikiLeaks, on Donna Brazil. You covered the great Iowa Pete Buttigieg missing votes capers. You covered all of that. So a lot of people naturally, partly because of your own reporting on it, don't want anything to do with the Democratic Party. Not in a primary, not in any way whatsoever. So you don't feel that's nihilistic.
No, what I feel is nihilistic, personally, is Nina Turner is the perfect example, right? Nina Turner, I think both of her campaigns, she didn't run the strongest campaign. But let's talk about the first one.
Okay, well, they're going on and on and on. So let's just say this. So beautiful people, anyone watching this, this has been an interesting week for me. Ooh, look at my pits. It's been an interesting week for me. I am packing things up and moving to Nicaragua for a few months because I've just decided to get out of Dodge. It's actually cheaper for me to just pack up and move somewhere else to move to South America for 3 months and then stay in my expensive apartment. So that's what I'm gonna go do. And next week, that's where I will be. I will be in my new apartment in Nicaragua. And so we're gonna see how that goes. I should be on the beach. What else was I gonna say? A lot happened. A lot happened this week, just with getting things ready for this trip and mentally getting ready, working through stuff and insights. And had a former student contact me, and we shared a whole bunch of things with me, and just and a lot of the mental getting ready, letting myself relax so I can even be in a space where I want to go and explore things instead of just work all the time. It's been a lot. It's been a lot this week. So also, I had a childhood friend who committed suicide. I found out his funeral was last week also. So I found all this out on Facebook, and he wasn't a super close friend, but he was a good person, and so I'm working through that as well. And so I've been through a lot this week, and the moving's happening, and my back hurts, and so just saying all that to say that's where I'm at. And I guess most people, since I was supposed to talk about meditation today, most people see meditation as something I finally do when I can put everything away, when I get through all my work and I get to a place where I can sit and just be silent. That's what most people think meditation is. That thing I do when I can finally just get some peace and quiet. But that's not meditation. Meditation is about really being present with what you are really feeling right here, right now, in your real life, you know. So, you can use meditation to distract, or you can use meditation to engage in your life. So, for example, this back pain I have, instead of just having the back pain and trying to dissociate from the pain, I can breathe into the pain. I can feel what one hip feels like versus the other. I can bit by bit allow myself to relax the muscles. I can be kind to myself when this feeling of pain comes up and all I want to do is scream. Okay. This conversation happening here that's unpleasant. Can I breathe into this conversation? I wanted to change the channel so many times already. Can I go bit by bit, take it slow, see what parts of the conversation's working for me and not. Just because they're arguing, I'm not arguing. I'm just watching an argument. I don't have to get all heated, all upset, just over watching an argument. So just let them just enjoy the argument. Don't take it in. I don't ever have to. That's another part I realized watching this argument. I don't ever have to take an argument in, ever. No one does. Arguing is a choice. Arguing is a choice. You don't have to. You don't have to argue. Okay. Peace. You can choose peace. So this argument is teaching me to choose peace.
Nina Turner had a 35-point lead 6 weeks before the election. The first time she ran, that was erased by James Clyburn, Hillary Clinton endorsing Shontel Brown. This is why you cannot run in the Democratic Party, because the established. I'm not wrong. Those numbers are absolutely right. Those numbers are.
Well, you're right about the numbers. You're not right about why she lost.
Okay.
Because I was there. So I would hope you would allow the reporter who was there to tell you.
I know because there was Israel lobby money against her, and they fell for all this and blah blah blah. The bottom line is, okay, go ahead. But then I can't.
Because idiots like Jimmy Dore who don't know anything about
It
politics.
was his fault she lost?
No, I'm telling you. He said she should have run scorched earth against the Democratic Party. Why she lost? The truth is the comment about Biden is
Yeah,
the
all
ball
the shit. Yeah.
It was all over billboards. You could not turn up your TV on for longer than 7 minutes without seeing that ad. And in the exit polls and data, that was a massive issue for Democratic voters. She lost by
So then
4,000
Democratic voters. That's why you run third party. Fuck them. If they can't absorb the truth, which is that Joe
Then
Biden
you're gonna lose.
Ooh.
You're being very diplomatic.
And you're going to
Okay. Okay. So this is pretty much what I'm going to do is meditate. There's a whole variety of things I was going to say about the mind, and I was going to read from this workbook, and I was going to do all this stuff today. Can I do? And I am still learning how this class works. That's what this is about, right? So first thing I learned is you have to log into YouTube Studio to log into class. You can't just do it from YouTube itself. Okay. And I do need to see how to share. Oh, share live stream. Okay. He's about to go. He said he was about to get off the air. Engage with your audience, add reaction. What's edit? Oh.
We weren't, because you told people not to get involved and not to.
So what I would tell you is, rather than
So I thought there was a share screen feature. You think there is? Pop out dashboard? No. What do you think this is? No. Select stream, sign out.
You don't know because you weren't there. She lost by 4,000 votes in the dead of August.
So I thought there was a share screen function on the YouTube. Because if there isn't, then I'm gonna have to pick a different thing to make this work. Or some other thing that would stream to YouTube, maybe? I'm not seeing a share screen. Hold up. Oh, I'm so glad I'm doing this. Can I share screen on YouTube Live? There are 3 ways to stream on YouTube. Oh, or an encoder. Using an encoder lets you share your screen or broadcast your gameplay. Create YouTube screen live stream with an encoder. An encoder lets you convert your video into a digital format to stream on YouTube. Some encoders are software apps on your computer or other similar hardware. Oh, I gotta go look up an encoder. Oh, I have to get it. You guys, this is complicated. Oh my gosh. People, every single one of these things has been so much work to learn. Oh my God, I have to. Gamecast? No. Melon live streaming app. Open broadcaster software. Prism Live Studio Restream. Oh, that's 30 plus platforms. Oh, that's kind of cool. Stage 10 Streamlab. Okay, well now there's 10 here. Air server. You might go with that. Oh, there's an NVIDIA, but I don't need that. That's a lot. I have no idea. All right. Well, now I got to sit and learn this. That's a whole nother thing to do. Whole nother thing I got to learn how to do to make this happen. Oh my God. I guess if I learn that, though, then I can upload the show to the Rockfins and all that. And then I can start the actual classes. That would be good. That's the idea, to start the actual classes. Because, I mean, nobody's going to come to talk time because I haven't built up the show to have the talk time. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? But I said I was doing this real time every week. I would honor it by actually doing it every week so I could make this commitment. And I like that. I legit do like that. So let's do that. Let's do that. I have a week to look this up. And I'm gonna schedule my next week, this time next week's show. Let's see. Hey, look, that's me. Oh, you all can't see. Sorry, people.
You need to create a mass organizing movement to defeat a well-established, highly funded duopoly. Whether it's in the Democratic Party or
I don't know how to make a live stream. How do I do that?
Cornell, I don't like everybody uses skin show. So the point is, when you're saying 4,000 votes, well, if she was making,
oh, here we go.
She was up 30%. They clobbered her with a tsunami of $4 million in 2 weeks. Excuse me, a month. And she had,
yeah, I got to learn so many things. Like, for example, you can also click new podcast. Well, what does that mean, new podcast? As opposed to go live, you can click new podcast.
Yeah, you're probably going to lose up against all that money. And then, by the way, Biden, the last,
I think I should click on new podcast. Set an existing playlist as podcast. Oh, I love that.
Let me be clear. What I'm saying is, I personally think if you're going to just any candidate, even one with a great life story, even one that has to be Sarah Nelson, for example. I don't know if you know her. She's the head of the flight attendants. On great work.
The list of classes using my workbook, the book of you. Maybe I'll take care of that later. Hold on. Did that do anything? Set as podcast.
With that kind of economic viewpoint. Sarah Nelson, if there's rumors she might run for Congress or something like that.
This whole thing has been great. They've all been acting like they've been insulted, and yet they've been engaged. Probably one of the best arguments, best discussions I've ever seen a group of people. Oh. Hold on.
Are canvassing on the ground for local candidates in the Democratic Party that are in shambles in poverty. So I think that's inaccurate to say it's only Dem exit people that are the working force. But anyway, I'm not going to not support or not cover or not vote for Sarah Nelson because she's running as a Democrat. I mean, I just think it's a corrupt party. So is the Republican Party. The Green Party has corruption. If people want to build up a third party movement, by all means, do it. But to spend so much of our time trying to voter shame people who still vote for a Democrat once in a while, or still are trying to work within the Democratic Party.
Definitely, as soon as I'm on this trip, I got to sit down and go through my computer and delete, reorganize, re-update. Now that I have this degree, I really got to do that. Like, things are starting to run out of energy, space on my computer. So I really got to do that. I'm looking for a picture to use for a thumbnail, people. I do apologize. I'm required to put a thumbnail, a square photo, but yours truly ain't got no square photo.
If we actually focus on the things that can actually get us power, which is the union drive, the worker strikes, the tenants union, the mutual aid.
Oh, I do have a photo, but
the mutual aid they do.
Let's see.
I don't see any of us talking about the fact that we're just protesting around the same fucking blocks over and over again, chanting the same shit without organizing an economic boycott. We're not going to have a general strike overnight, but there is no protest movement that I know of that is.
Oh, it was just slightly not square. Oh my God. Whatever.
Bernie could be president right now. Congress would be blocking Medicare for all, and the executive actions he would take would probably be, some of them, or most of them, would be reversed in court through all the lawsuits. Cornell West could get up to 20-30%.
No, I just made it square. I literally clicked square, but now it's not. Oh, now it's working.
You're canceled, you're a sellout, or you're a fraud, and actually come together. And I would even come together with people I don't particularly love or want to have a beer with. We're not going to get anywhere. And the last thing I'll say, I respect what you're saying, Keaton, but I don't think you're intentionally doing this. I think it's intellectually dishonest to say channels of the people I'm talking about, they're just getting the sugar in the headline to give people the stuff. I don't think most of these channels, if you actually watch a lot of their stuff and look at the proportion of what they cover, are focused on the right things. Because I can tell you,
I do watch their channels quite a bit. Quite a few of them are in the chat right now. I watch Sammy's channel quite a bit. JB's channel quite a bit.
Sure, I gave them content for a week.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why we did it.
Sure, they'll be going on for a week.
But anyway, no, but they're, I'm telling you.
I'll fix all this later. I'm just adding. Look, I added a picture and a thing, and I made it a podcast. Okay. I gotta be real with all of you. I'm getting really tired. And I need to add a. I don't know how this works still. I don't know how to. I still don't know how to make a new. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Create a new podcast.
I think in a month we had 6,000 subscribers. Part of the reason which you seem to be, part of the reason which you seem to minimize is to do actual substantive reporting, which I could dress up Amazon Union Strike with salacious thumbnails and headlines. These things do not get views on YouTube. So if you're telling people, we know, we understand. Well, you're giving me the person that you're giving me the person fees.
You were a household name in this space when you started. A lot of people were in it. So we have
when you look at a channel, I don't particularly care. If people don't want to watch our reporting, I criticize Jimmy Dore, or I'm not a fan of Jimmy Dore, or certain people they like. That's their decision. I mean, I think that's short-sighted because stories matter. But I think if people, like Russell was saying, you're distracting, I'm not going to twist what I actually believe, or if I think there's certain people that are manipulating audiences or putting out false information, and I feel strongly enough to tweet it. I don't really do videos on Jimmy Dore, but if I feel that I'm not going to not say my piece or speak my mind out of fear that, it's gonna ruffle the doorknob feathers, and it's usually the same exact people attacking on Twitter when you dare criticize their leader. I'm not going to twist myself.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to add a video to the podcast. Well, no, that ain't it. Hold up. That's not right. Nope, delete that. Wrong. I messed up, you guys. Oh, no. Okay, delete that. I have to do the live thing. Right. Okay, so then I go to create, go live, schedule, stream, open session.
When a channel has, whatever they have, 950,000 subscribers, and they're willing to elevate reporting on Flint and the other things I cover, I think it's easy. I respect the fact that they care enough that they also help me out with some of the trips, not all of them.
I will focus on creating this channel. I'm gonna say webcam, but I guess I may have some streaming software set up by then, but I guess I can change that then. Education. A proper thumbnail. A playlist.
If you're an objective person that actually read the indictment, which I can promise you Jimmy did not, Donald, any other person would have been locked up for what Donald Trump did with the classified documents. And this is somebody who's been on the
Subtitles, tags, and all that. I'll do that shit later.
Hunter Biden should be indicted. I think it's a disgrace that the bankers who tanked our global economy haven't been indicted. But what Trump did, if you actually look at it,
I think there's ads. An ad may show up. I gotta check that out too. But you can skip the ad.
I believe trying to gaslight or twist or
I'm only subscribing to ads just so you all know that, so I can in case I want to get ads from massage products, and then I want to advertise massage products on here. That's the main reason why I want. That's the main reason why I want ads. Well, I want someone one day to offer massage products. Okay. Well, none of this is really important, so.
I personally would not. If I think someone does.
Okay, we're good. We're good, and then we'll schedule this for this time next week at 5.
They don't have to financially, but I'm going to watch because no one else is covering these things. If other people
And
that's fine. I mean, everybody can watch whatever they want.
voila.
We should all maybe take a step back and say,
okay.
if people don't agree with us on everything politically,
Then there seems to be this always upcoming show that's scheduled for 2020. I don't know what that's about. It seems to be this. Why does it say upcoming if it's 2020? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see if I can edit. What would happen if I edit?
you're the one that brought up RBN and Jimmy.
They do extensive mutual aid. So now,
Okay, let's just delete it.
Giving them credit for.
What do you think a YouTube channel that's trying to set up a certain
Okay.
point of view?
Okay.
Which is
All right.
most of those
So I did something. I set things up. I did one thing more. I got a page here about getting an encoder. I could, I suppose, just get the easiest encoder possible, but I don't, or just pick the first one on the list. But I kind of want to do a little more research than that. Just see what people say. I watch enough channels and things that people mention things. I'll do some research to see what's best for what my needs are. I'm definitely still thinking about offering these classes on a Twitch, something for young men on the Twitch, and a Rockfin, and on YouTube. So that's my main ideas about that. And there you go. That's where I'm at, babies. Okay, I'm kind of exhausted, so no one came. So and why would they? So I'm gonna I put the show together, so I accomplished something, and I meditated. And their conversation is still arguing, so that says a lot. And they was arguing for like, I mean, the show started at 5. Yeah. So I mean, like they've been arguing for an hour. So I'm gonna go and make some dinner, and wish everyone a nice night. And we will take this up as time goes on. As time goes on, I'm gonna do the real, keep it real, instead of me trying to be somebody I can't be. Work through my problems one day at a time. I shared all that stuff with you that I'm going through this week. I'm swimming through a lot of that. I'm just making a lot of space for relaxation. Everybody I told about my travels, they've all said, good for you. You deserve this. You deserve the time off. You deserve the time to relax. So I'm really just sitting with that. Okay, so I'm going to have me a nice relaxing night. And enjoy my Sunday, and I hope you all enjoy it too. Okay, so ciao everyone. Till next week.
Covering it in the week before. After they won in Staten Island, I doubt most of your audience is